Welcome to the 4-minute morning for today, which is Friday, 16th day of March, 2018. Like always, everything you do is within your own risk, own reward. Today is also that of crypto day. Every day is such with Bitcoin. Price action at about 9:20 a.m. and it's 9:31 a.m. as I'm doing this, has risen from 8,100 to 8,500. What does this mean on the daily term time frame? Not too much. It's had 3 days now supporting this 8,000 level after leaving off from the significant Fibonacci point, finding support there. Okay, so let's just take a look at it next at, say, on a 4-hour time frame. Here's a situation in which the market came down to this level, had extended resistance amongst around the 83-ish or so handle, and even extended support appears below 8,000. Well, it's now gotten above the 83, 400-ish area, and it's at the upper end of the 18 average of highs. For this thing to be won by the bulls, meaning this is a battle right now between the bulls and the bears, which is what the 18 average just recognizes, that it will need to have a move probably up to at least 9,000 to have a major eye test pass of breaking the 18. As well, I'd be looking for this to either continue up further or come back down to the 18 average of highs, which would then be newly rising, and then find a level of support. This area of resistance, 8,400, becomes monstrously large support whenever this thing is ready to get above this key point. And of course, if this area, an 18 average test, fails, and it's got a long ways to go now, but if you see the 18 average of lows failing, not doing so well, and price action would have to be near 8,000 at this stage, and it gives in, there's a decent amount of room up down towards a 73, 7,200. But obviously the next key major support on the break would be around 6,000 if, of course, that scenario happens. Here we have Sync with one of those monstrous, or look, they just do this all the time. So if you can take advantage of these moves, and I took advantage of this one, that can be very, very profitable. I'll talk a little bit about this technical analysis on the 4-hour, because here's your spot. You have your big move higher. You've come back to the correctionary phase. So now you got a test of the move at this moment. Here's a few coins that have just been going sideways. There's Ardor, there's Lomo coin, and there's Swarm City token. They're not really breaking out, but, well, some of them have been down quite a bit, of course. Here is Fair coin, which had this correctionary phase. We can see the bears won that battle and has just barely broken support right now. GRS had this interesting move, but this is a very scary bearish situation. If it's unable to hold this particular move, it can still go sideways and still work out, but definitely concerned for another leg lower because of the rally failing so instantly. And then this is an interesting one, Aurora. And back in here, this is when the market's top for most of the coins, not this one. And January has this rally up towards this point at 22, and it's correcting relatively well within its movements. It's been in an overall choppy downtrend, so there's definitely a lot of risk still that it could hit the lower area. I used to call it gap fill, and I kind of still think it is, but I guess gap fill is when markets open and close within the traditional level. Here we have Bitbean, which had great support here, pierced below Fibonacci. That might be a warning sign in itself, but now 3 red candles down, back down to the 18 average of lows. Definitely support at a very cautious level. Thank you for tuning in to today's video, and have yourself a magnificent day. Bye-bye.